Today I'm going to tell you about 3 magic items that you can have in your campaigns, and they come from the uncommon items that are rewards, actually, for being a dungeon master in Adventure League. I'm going over these so I can remember what they are for this particular quarter. But yeah, so check this out. I got 3 of them for you today, and I'm going to show you each of them and what they do. All right, so the first one is from the Book of Many Things, number 1, and it is called the Wraps of Unarmed Prowess. And what they are, it says, it's a wondrous item, right? It's uncommon, but it's while you're wearing these cloth wraps, your unarmed strikes are considered magical for the purposes of overcoming immunity and resistance to non-magical attacks and damage. And you gain a bonus to the attack and damage rolls of your unarmed strikes determined by the wrap's rarity. So, in this case, they're uncommon, and that would give you a +1 on attacks and on damage. If you decide that you want to use rare ones, +2, and very rare +3 in your campaign. Now, obviously, this would be amazing for a monk, right? Doing like the kind of jujitsu, kind of kung fu kind of moves. Be absolutely 100% cool for that. All right, cool. So that's from the Book of Many Things. I don't have the Book of Many Things, so I do have the other books that mention these other 2. So the second one is the Boots of False Tracks. And the Boots of False Tracks are in Xanathar's Guide to Everything. And here's the description of the Boots of False Tracks. Only humanoids can wear these boots. While wearing the boots, you can choose to have them leave tracks like those of another kind of humanoid your size. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, if you decided that you wanted to, you're a human, and you wanted to lead a pack of orcs off the track as they're chasing, they are chasing you, and you're leaving human tracks, but you want to leave like something that looks like orc tracks, then you could leave orc tracks, and then they would be like maybe confused that they already came the way that they're pursuing you, or they're chasing one of their own, or something like that. So that's one possible scenario that you could use them in. Personally, I think you might be clever enough if you roll a nature check to be able to do this without the Boots of False Tracks. But anyway, it's an interesting item. So, all right, the third one is the Brooch of Shielding, and that comes all the way from the Dungeon Master's Guide. And so this is one of the original items that was published when 5e started. And so the Brooch of Shielding is, while wearing this brooch, you have resistance to force damage, which is awesome. And you have immunity to damage from the Magic Missile spell, which is insanely cool because Magic Missile hits automatically every time, but not if you're wearing a Brooch of Shielding. So that could be very useful, especially if you're lower level. And the idea of like being resistant to force damage, that could be really helpful. I could imagine like a campaign like Eberron, where you're in these high cities and these parapets and catwalks. And you definitely don't want to take force damage and be forced off a ledge or something like that. So those are 3 items that you can use in your campaign. I hope you liked this video. If you did, smash like, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for subscribing.